Hey guys, and welcome back to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. Absolutely awesome news. The excellent Irem M92 core that Martin Donlon aka Wickerwacker has brought us has received an update, but it's not an update that you can get via update tool. It's a turbo mode update. So if any of you guys had issues with the slowdown, or you didn't like the slowdown in the hunt, well, that's either completely gone or it's significantly reduced. I haven't had time to do like a full playthrough, but at first glance a lot of the slowdowns have just completely gone and it's running so much nicer. Now I understand some of you guys might like the slowdown. Like with certain games I like the slowdown, like for example the Street Fighter games. I'm so used to the slowdown that even though there are options available now like the fast ROMs or some work from arcade atavism where they've reduced they've got rid of the slowdowns in like Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Even though I think the work's great, I've got so much nostalgia and I'm so used to that slowdown, I would not like it with the slowdown. But I generally am of the opinion that it's good to have the choice, obviously. And the other thing that I like is that if there's games that I'm not familiar with and I'm playing them for the first time, or I hardly played them in the arcade and I don't know them well, if there's an option where the slowdown is gone, then I kind of prefer playing that because I don't have the nostalgia for it. So it's up to you if this is what you want to use. If it is something you want to use, then stick around to the end of the video and I will put out a tutorial. It's very simple how to get it running, but I'll give you guys some advice, just a way to kind of put it on your MiSTer, just to kind of, I guess, keep it having some decent kind of housekeeping on your MiSTer when you do want to get this running. But like I said, I understand if you like the slowdown, if you play this in the arcade and that's what you're used to, if you played other games on the M92 core that suffer from slowdown and you want that, I get that. I get that, and in many instances I have the same school of thought. But for this one, I didn't play a lot of these games in the arcade. I like them, they're cool. I played them on emulation like later on in my life and I'm enjoying them now on the MiSTer. So for me, this is the core I'm going to be using. But yeah, let's I think that's really it. That's all I have to say. Let's go and have a look at the tutorial and show you guys how you can get this on your MiSTer. So guys, you want to run the turbo version of the M92 core because hey, you don't want the slowdown. I get that. So in order to run it, first of all, use the invite link to join the MiSTer FPGA Discord. If you're already on there, then head over to the MiSTer FPGA Discord. Now, if you do use my invite link, guys, be cool, be nice and respectful out there, and feel free to ping me and say hello. But yeah, once we're on MiSTer FPGA, we want to go over to MiSTer Cores. And over there we want to find Irem M92. So it may not be at the top of the page depending on when the last comment was left within that thread. So let's just go over there until we find Irem M92, and here it is. So if we go all the way to the bottom, it won't be right at the bottom. It's not actually pinned there. So just scroll through the chat. It's not too far up and you'll find that Martin Donlon aka Wickerwacker has actually put the turbo version of the core there. So it's this one we're looking for, turbo Irem M92 .rbf, because RBF is the core. So let's go ahead and download that. Okay, now that we've downloaded that, go over to where your downloads are. So this is where I've downloaded the core. This is the root of my MiSTer SD card. So when you go over there, you're going to have this underscore arcade folder. Let's go into that. Next thing we want to do is go into cores. So let's just go over to I. So we've got the Irem M92 core here. So this is the normal core. This is the core that update will fetch you, the latest version, which is last updated on the 10th of May 2023. Now, I would recommend that you rename your turbo core to this core. And the reason for that is if you rename it anything different and you don't have this core in it, every time you run update all, it's going to fetch that core for you. And at least from when I'm trying it, if you put both cores on there, it will always run the vanilla core when you run the game. So you can just do something like, okay, let's start by, so let's just copy this. And what you just can do, you can still leave this in here, maybe just call it, you know, add something at the end of the extension so it's not picked up, but you know what it is, just in case you do want to go back to the normal. I mean, if you want to go back to the normal, you can delete it and update tool will fetch it for you. So that's, yeah, we're just going to ignore that. Okay, so we've still got R1 on there, but I've just added normal at the end of RBF, so that's not going to get picked up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to rename this one to what update all fetches down. Irem M92 and then the date. So it just means when you're running update all now, it's not going to fetch the core. Now if a new version of the core comes out, it will fetch it. It will fetch it for you. So you may need to change it a few times. This may get implemented in update all, I am not quite sure, but that's really it. Now whenever you run an M92 game, whether it's in the Hunt, R-Type Leo, Super Soldiers or Superior Soldiers, sorry, whatever you run, it's going to use this core. So you shouldn't get any slowdown, or if you do get slowdown, it'll be very, very limited, especially compared to the vanilla core. And that really is it. That really is it, guys. That is what you need to do to get it working. Okay guys, so if you followed that tutorial, you should be running the turbo version of the Irem M92 core. I want to send a special thank you out to Martin Donlon, aka Wickerwacker. Thank you, dude. I love your work. And you know, just when we thought the core was complete, we've got one here that fixes and addresses the slowdown issue. Also want to send a thank you out to Soda Bob Buddy, because I've had a busy week. I've been busy at work, so there's a lot of stuff that I'm missing. It's quite difficult to keep up with everything, and I do like to drop in to the MiSTer FPGA Discord, as well as the FPGA Gaming Discord and Hotego's Discord, and just once in a while say hi, see what's going on. And it's random what I'll catch, because there's a lot of information out there, and I did catch it. So Soda Bob, he mentioned there, I spoke to him and I found out about this, and this is awesome. So guys, definitely try it out. Let me know what your experience is. If there's anything helpful to other people that are on this channel, then post it in the comments below. But that's really it for this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, a subscription, a like, all that good stuff, honestly, it's super appreciated, and it really, really does help the channel. I'll see you guys around in the next video. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.